Hey everyone, it's Alex from RaddTitan. So I'm in Japan still, just about to check out my hotel. Got probably about an hour or so to kill, so I just thought I'd do a quick video, do a quick roundup. I've obviously been going over the sort of pieces in my head and thinking about them, and yeah. So yeah, Wonderfest is over. It was basically it's a one-day event. It's on a Sunday, and it literally lasts for about 7 hours. Is super busy. Is pretty intense actually. Luckily, I mean for me, the only real things I was interested in are the sort of larger statues. So if you're kind of interested in more smaller scale PVC models, you're going to be spending your whole day, and you won't get around the whole place. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. Um, I think I spent about 40% of the actual time there. I spent actually probably about 80% of the time in one room, and then I realised there was actually two rooms the same size, but luckily it was all kind of independent artists and things like that. So I didn't really spend as much time in those. So, I mean, most of the time I spent was with Figurama, kind of going over their things, and with Prime One, because obviously, Prime One has quite a lot of pieces. I mean, I think Prime One had about, I want to say about 40 or 50 pieces. So, quite a lot to go through, quite a lot to cover. And also, when you're trying to do it, trying to talk to people, trying to enjoy yourself as well, it's quite a lot to go through. I'm just checking this, making sure this is all working properly. So yeah, as I was saying, so we got to the event, went through, hold up, just check my settings here. I don't want to do these on my own, so yeah. Yeah, with the Wonderfest, as I say, it was I can't believe it's one day. It's absolutely insane. With the amount of time it takes to set up, especially, I mean, Prime One. I mean, I think they had like 50% pieces less than they normally have. So for them to set up even with 50% less must have taken them all day on Saturday and then some. I mean, it must have been quite a lot for them to do that. And then, you're going through. Okay, this is public. So I'm just making sure. All right, there we go. Thanks. Sorry, I was just paranoid when I do things like this. So if I'm not talking to George, I don't know whether it's actually live or not, or if anyone can see it. But yeah, we're in business. Got Warhawk, Walk Legend in the house. Thanks, buddy. Now I feel a bit better. I can actually see that it's recording. All right. So yeah, as I was saying, Chris Verdi in the house. Yo yo. So yeah, so I was going through. Got to try and think back to it really, because as I say, the day was so insane. I mean, it's so fast. Literally, there was a time where I was talking to a few people, and then all of a sudden, it was like 2:30, and I'm like, geez, I've got 2.5 hours left to actually go and do some videoing. And the Wi-Fi wasn't working, so I had to wait to get back to the hotel. And also, I mean, while you're there, you want to chat to people, you want to enjoy yourself, you want to meet people. There's a few good collectors there. I mean, George Medina was there from MCE. We had Kelvin from Statue Fanatic and also MCE there, Calvin Smith. Then we had Stephen Lee, Whiplash Collector. We had Guile. I think he does some videos as well. He's on the groups. And there were more. They're the guys from Thailand as well. They own a couple of stores there. There were the guys from Hive, Khan and Scan, who's now doing a lot of artwork for Marvel, a lot of variant covers. So yeah, a lot of people there that we bumped into. Luckily, I got to meet John Pham for the first time from Prime One. I got to meet Calvin Loke. Unfortunately, it was just very brief because again, it's just so rushed. And then I got to meet the Figurama teams, so Shanab, Ron, Casey, Nids, and and Caleb as well, one of their artists, and his manager and girlfriend, Scarlett. So yeah, it was awesome team. I'm really sorry if I'm forgetting anyone. I'm kind of, been rushing around to try and get on here. But so yeah, we got. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, I mean the corner I had help from a friend of mine called Rob. He was holding the camera for me, and he was putting up with the normal abuse that I give to Gio when I'm stressed out at the conventions. That's probably why Gio doesn't come to the conventions anymore, because I turn into a bit of a diva and a bit of an evil monster. I do shout and swear a lot and get stressed out. But Rob dealt with that, so good on Rob. And yeah, I mean, I would like to have done a few more kind of single videos of a few things, but overall, I mean, I covered what I wanted to cover, and you can only do so much in that sort of short amount of time. But I'm happy overall. What I'm going to do is, I mean, I'm still in Japan, I think, for another 8 days. So we're going to go around. We're going to go to Nakano Broadway. We're going to go to Nakano Broadway, which is like a big, it's kind of like a mall, and it's kind of different levels of statues. So it has like figures. So it has like the old, the new, then certain brands, and then it has, I think, like anime cells, like film cells you can buy and stuff like that. So I'm going to be hopefully going there at some point. It was just that where we're staying now, it was 2 hours away. So yeah, I didn't really want to do that journey when I know we're moving around Japan a lot in the next few days. So hopefully we're going to be closer at some point. We also went to I want to say Akaraba, which I'm probably totally mispronouncing. Which again is another kind of place where they have the Kotobukiya shop, which I was quite disappointed by. But I think with the Kotobukiya shop, they kind of cleared it out to prepare for the convention. So I probably went to the Kotobukiya shop at the worst possible time. So there was that, but then it was also the same thing with like floor upon floor upon floor of PVC figures and models, and it's absolutely crazy. But the prices are insane here. I mean, they got like these little like PVC models like this kind of big. They almost look like ones that you get out of I don't know what you would call them when you're a kid, and you put like a coin in, you turn it, and a little ball comes out, and then you open the ball, and it's got like a little figure in there. Yeah, so it was almost like them, but then they were like $50 each for these little things, which I'm pretty sure you could probably get for like a quarter or something when you're a kid. Yeah, so the prices are pretty crazy here. But overall, food. Yeah, if I was here, I would get really, really fat if I was here. The food is fucking awesome. Every type of food I love tastes great here. Absolutely love it. So yeah, there's that. Who we got in the house? So we got Chris in the house. Got Danny Ferreira in the house. Warhawk Legends. No, not back from Japan yet. What did you think of that Joker? I'll go on to that in a minute, Chris. So I think you're talking about the Damned one. Warhawk Legend. Oh yeah, so okay. William Wright. Those Prime One Predators are great. Yep, I'll get on to those in a minute. Dave Cundy sounds like a good mall for sure. Yeah, I mean the Nakano Broadway. I mean, we were told to go to Akaraba by most people, and then when we looked into Nakano after, a lot of people prefer it. So I think it's a style thing. I'm really looking forward to going to Nakano actually at some point. Also looking forward to going out and just having seeing what Japanese nightclub or rock bar is like. Go there. I'll be too afraid to go. No, what's that? Open Alpha 01. Yeah, they've got like if you they normally have two cubicles, so one would be the one where you have to squat, and one would be the one where you can sit down. So he's talking about the toilets. Scared of the toilets. Leo Riviera, yo. Yeah, House of Gog in the house. Warhawk Legends. You bought some of those X-rated statues on the. Well, I looked at the X-rated statues actually, but they have a section in Wonderfest where you're not allowed to take your camera. And I did actually try and do a sneaky video to put on YouTube. And then I thought, first of all, I was going to get taken down. And then someone came up to me and told me to turn my camera off. So, yeah, but probably, I mean, I spoke to the people. I think I went in there with George Medina and my friend Rob. So we went in there. The sculpts are great, but the thing is, it's like it's not really something you can actually display. It's it's something that I don't know. I can barely display some of my statues now. I mean, some of the kind of female poses. I mean, at least I think all the ones I got have got they're like a full Spider-Man style outfit. Like I've got Spider-Gwen, I've got Silk. Which other females do I have? I can't remember. Also, but if I was to get something like Red Sonja, I think my girlfriend would probably, that'd be the line. And then anything with these kind of hentai statues, I definitely wouldn't be able to get away with that. But in all honesty, I don't really think I would want that. Yeah, but they're not big. Yeah, in Japan, I mean, Rob is probably, he must be 5'7", and he's loving it here because he feels like he's actually, for the first time in his life, he's taller than people. So he's absolutely loving it. And yeah, they are smaller people. They're really, Japanese people are really, really nice people. They're really sort of friendly, and hardly any of them speak English, but they are very, they try and help if they can. That's a great job, dudes. Yeah, the food's fantastic. That's why I'm fat. Yeah, I mean, I really think if I stayed here, I mean, even just the breakfast, I've been eating too much. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, buddy. Got that Doomsday today. I'll send you that pic. I've been seeing Doomsday pictures on Facebook, and I think I saw one next to Carnage, the new Carnage premium format, and holy fucking shit, that Doomsday is insane. I don't even know where anyone can display that. I'm kind of disappointed we got Gary to cancel it, but Gary, I wouldn't even be able to lift that thing. I mean, that thing looks ridiculous. It looks bigger than Gary. So Gary Speed. So he had to cancel it, but that thing looks crazy. Looks like I mean, I haven't watched any videos of it yet. I'm pretty sure it's going to be like a 2-3 man job to assemble it. P1 Harley Quinn. M Dog. You have the most feminine voice. Jesus Christ, M Dog. I don't know what females you've been going up to. Maybe you've been in Thailand too long or something. A few guys got vids, but you would have. Thanks, man. Yeah, we need to see the Dark Side in person. I would love to review it. I don't think I would like to assemble it. I'd love to go to someone's house where they've got it on some. You wouldn't even be able to put on a Lazy Susan, but something where you can kind of spin it around and get around it and do the video. But I wouldn't want to assemble it at all. Yeah. So, I mean, what I'm going to do is I don't really think I'm going to go into the pictures. Hopefully you've seen all the videos. I mean, I could try and screen share and go into Facebook if needed, if I've got the time. But I just wanted to cover a few of the sort of pieces that stood out. It's kind of like when I, obviously it was the con, was 2 days ago now. So I've had time to reflect on it. I've actually been watching over. I watched over my Prime on Booth on my own video probably 2.5 times just to take the stuff in, because it's one of the things that George and I have always kind of said to each other is like, when you go to these conventions, I mean, if you're seeing pieces like when XM display or when Prime 1 display, when Sideshow display, there's normally a bunch of pieces that you've already seen several times before. And then you get like, I don't know, 5 or 10 new pieces. With Prime 1 or XM or any of those other companies, you end up with like 40 pieces you haven't seen before. So in your mind, it's so hard to process. And all you remember is this is really, really good. This is really, really bad. And then the ones in the middle kind of blur into each other. So I had to watch those videos quite a few times to kind of get onto it. Then also, I mean, it's not just Prime 1 there. So you've got the Figurama team there. So, I got to see the Devilman, which I've got, which, again, I mean, it was being on display there, it looks fantastic. The Thor, which was there, which I've got that as well. The Trigun, which I have actually done some tweaks on, but they didn't tell me till after the convention. So I I didn't do a video mentioning it, but apparently they took off some of the base because it was just it just took up too much and it was a bit messy. They took off some of that, and some of the flames have been taken away, so it does actually look a lot cleaner now. And then you go on to their new pieces. So they had the Etira versus Meridian, which is the Hunter Hunter piece. And again, I mean, that piece turned up. Unfortunately, it was prototype, and it turned up in quite a bad way. So you know, I had to get out. I volunteered, got out the super glue, and me and my mate Rob, who actually kind of repairs things quite well, we put it all together, and it actually held for the whole convention. So you know, that was a good job. But the piece looks absolutely crazy. All of these kind of dioramas, they're insane. I mean, I don't know if you saw the piece. It's got like 3 hands that come around like arms. They look almost like king crab legs, and then you've got like a hand on it, and then you've kind of got like a small and big. It gets bigger, and then you've got like another arm which is down on the ground, and there's just so much things going on. And then you've got the characters where you've got the guy with the kind of big towel, the kind of hypodermic needle in the back where he injects the venom, and you've got the old guy where he's like, you know, looking calm as anything, but the paint on it was super clean. And again, there was just so much going on. The thing with them is their price points always seem a bit too reasonable. Like when I look at their price points, I think it was $8.75, but for the size of the piece, I don't know if you saw the picture of me or someone else standing next to it, but the piece is fucking huge. I don't even know how they justify that price point. So just catching up on these so I don't go behind. Any tips for displaying heavy pieces? Whew, well, I mean, displaying heavy pieces, I mean, if you're going to use cheap IKEA cabinets, I mean, make sure you reinforce them with some metal brackets. You know, make sure you use, you know, like the brackets you get in the hardware store, and you tighten that up. Make sure that you're not going to click on home one day and it's collapsed. Alex, are you or any of interested in Street Fighter? Ken, not really, not really. I do really like the Street Fighter pieces. I think they're really, really good, but the Street Fighter 5, so that's not really what I'm interested. Yeah, the cabinets I've got at the moment are modular case, and they can carry, I think, 60 kilos if you get the reinforcement bars, so they'll be good enough for that. Everyone's need, okay. Thank you, Dominic. Cheers, buddy. Chris Verdi, some heavy display. Yeah, some people get the Home Depot shelves, that the kind of industrial looking shelves, and they get them, and they do the job. I've even seen, I think it was Batman Statue Collector, where he actually made them look like really nice as well. They didn't have Zod at the convention, so I'm just going through the comments so I don't get behind on them. I wonder if Prime done with G.I. Joe. I don't know if they have. I mean, the thing is with Prime 1 is they seem quite secretive. I really tried to probe John Pham about things that were coming, and I was really trying to get him to give me some information. But yeah, he was secretive. He wasn't telling me anything about the new 52 pieces. He wasn't telling me about you know, the Marvel pieces. He wasn't telling me about anything. So yeah, he just wasn't. What was I going to get to? Oh yeah, so then, sorry, before I went off topic. So then also with the bigger armor side, you have the piece which I think is the most impressive. I mean, I know that the Netira versus Miriam, it should have gone up for pre-order last night, I believe, but I think they had issues with the website, so they're going to relaunch the release date. But I think that is going to sell out within 24 hours. That piece is, I think they're already sold. I had a lot of orders from distributors, so if you're interested in that piece, you need to get in there really quick. But then the piece which was the star of the show on the Figure Armor booth was the Eren Titan versus Armored Titan. So Eren Titan versus Armored Titan, which was super impressive. The Titans were actually bigger than if they were like full size and one. They'd be bigger than 1/3 statue. They were massive, and the person who used to paint up the prototype did a fantastic job. But mainly the person who did the sculpt, I'm probably a bit biased because he is one of my favorite artists at the moment. So You know, I was a bit biased, probably because I do love his work. But Caleb Nevsan did the sculpt on that. He actually won the Sculptor of the Year award that we had this year, and he also had a couple. I think he had 2 or 3 other pieces mentioned throughout the show. He's had a really strong year with the things that are coming out. I mean, obviously, he probably did the sculpts on these things. We had a lot of awards like 3 years ago, but you know, most of our awards are about what are in hand, not from just renders. So there's that. Then we go across, to kind of Prime 1 pieces. So I just wanted to mention that I know that we get a lot of abuse because George and I don't really give a lot of love to the Transformer statues. A lot of the Transformer pieces, I mean, like, I do feel like, especially Optimus Prime, where they've done 20 different versions of the same statue. I think it's 6, but you know, they've done so many versions of the same one where it's kind of really milking it. But I did see the Bumblebee. The Bumblebee absolutely looks fantastic. I think the some of the problems with the previous pieces for myself and for Geo are, I think, the actual some of the colors just look a bit dull and boring. But with the Bumblebee, the yellows really pop, and he looks awesome, and the kind of grids on the eyes they look great as well. But one of the pieces we've seen in videos, and I think both of us said, like, you know, what the fuck is this? This is pointless, and my God, this is like a cash grab, and who the fuck is going to buy this and whatever else. I'm going to have to say that I'm going to take a little moment of humble pie now, and I'm going to say that the Jetpack Prime is fucking insane. I can never buy it because it's so big and so expensive, but that piece in person, the detail on it is absolutely insane. And it's in photos, it just looks really busy, and it just looks like it kind of all blurs into another. And when you see it in person, it's so intricate, and it is really, really nice. And so that's a humble pie moment there for sure. I mean, again, I could never justify the price or the space it takes. But when I saw that in person, I was just like, oh my God, you know, oh my fucking Lord. Jetpack Prime, yeah, whatever. So yeah, but the piece is, I think it was 35, World Legend. Tony Fennell in the house. So I'm just catching up with their mum's word. Rick in the house. Rich, guys. Will they reveal any? So with the Ash, they did actually have 3 heads. I saw 2 of them. I didn't see a possessed head. But in all honesty, I don't think the heads look as bad as they look in pictures. Figure are expanding a lot. Warhawk Legend, they're looking into new licenses, and they've got a few things that are coming up. They had a banner up for Bleach, which I don't know if that interests anyone. Whiplash, 100%. I'm moving to Shinjuku today. So if you want to go for drinks, we can go for drinks tonight if you want. Sorry, shouldn't do this on there. New Jetpack, $4,000. Okay, yeah. So did you get to see? I did get to see the heads for Paseo. I got to see the heads for the Evil Dead piece, but the problem is when I arrived, it was the day before when they were kind of setting up, and John. I went around with John Pham, and he reluctantly showed me a few pieces. He really didn't want to. I think he sort of thought I was going to go straight on social media and tell everyone what I saw, which I didn't. I told George and stuff, but the thing is like he literally had like a modesty cloth over it, so they like, you know, here you go, and then here's the heads. And with the Evil Dead piece, once I realised it was the Evil Dead, I lost my shit, and I got like a little schoolgirl. I got really hyper, really like giggly, and I was all over the place. But why when he went to lift up the heads for myself, I was a bit like, all right, I want to leave something for tomorrow. So I want to leave a surprise. So I saw part of one of them, and then I kind of was a bit like, I don't want to see it. I want to wait till tomorrow. And then they didn't show them, which really annoyed me. But yeah, it was quite annoying. But so I didn't get to see them. I saw that there were two others. I didn't get to see them, and I didn't see a possessed head. So maybe one of them was a possessed head, but I didn't see it myself. But so just go through there. I don't know if it does, Chris, but I think it does. But there, the Joker. So what I'm going to do actually, so before I start, because otherwise I can just keep on going into have a Long Island iced tea for me. I think we're going to be busting out the Japanese whiskies. I think that's what we're going to be doing. Talking about that, but yeah, I did actually measure the ash. I took my tape measure with me, and I actually measured the ash, and I measured the 0 year Batman. I had to do some of that. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is I'm probably going to just go over, because I mean I can go over kind of all the pieces, and I can I'll come back to the comments anyway, but I'll keep an eye on them. I just want to say that I think I'm going to go over my personal top pieces of the show. I mean, you may not agree with me, but these are my ones for my kind of preference, and ones which I would consider owning. So unfortunately, when that's the case, I'm not gonna ever own the Transformer ones, but I do have to give it like an honorable mention to that Jetpack. Was it Power Pack or Jetpack Prime, or yeah, the big Prime piece? But that piece, yeah. I mean, again, if anyone has that on display, that is a centerpiece. It's amazing. It's the detailing on the back. I mean, I think when we did the booth tour, the next piece was like Sentinel Prime, and I just couldn't even tell. I couldn't even look at that piece after that. I couldn't even speak about it, because it was like, all right, Bumblebee, and you got these other pieces, and then you get to the Jetpack one, and then it's like, all right, now I can't go back now. Now I've gone to this one. I can't go down to this Sentinel Prime guy. He's out of his league here. And when I was looking across, you could see like all the jets, kind of like the engine split at the back, and yeah, I have not got a clue how they're going to get that shipped in one piece. I really don't know. So what I'm going to do is just go through, and this is not in any order, but this is going to be my top 5 pieces of the con. So for me, I'm going to go first, and I'm going to mention the Harley Quinn. So the skating Harley Quinn, that piece in person. Wow, that piece is so good. I mean, like, and again, it's one of those pieces where with the Prime One kind of thing, like with all the Bloodborne pieces, for example, they look amazing again in person, but it's just they're so muted that the colors, it's the style for the piece, but they're so muted that I just feel like you lose a lot of detail. But the Harley, oh my God, she's gorgeous. She's so good. And you get people complaining and saying, I don't want the Joker on the base, and can we take away the ramp, and can we do this? No way. No, keep it the way it is. It looks fantastic. The figure's fantastic. The base, all of it. It looks absolutely amazing. So that's definitely on my top 5. My next piece is going to be then the Figurama, so the Attack on Titan piece. I've seen, I think, 12 or 13 episodes of Attack on Titan, so I haven't got to this point in the series, so I'm going to have to go back and watch it. I think I started watching it, and I went away for a couple of days, and during the time I decided to watch it, Netflix decided we're not going to show them anymore, so I haven't caught up with them yet, but the detail on this piece, I mean, I've done so many close-up videos. Luckily, my camera, I don't know, my camera was playing ball, and it was like filming in the best quality I've ever seen my camera filming. Just so many details. The base on it, I think I measured it. I think I say on the video how big it is. It's actually, I mean, it is huge, but when you look at the measurements, it's not actually undisplayable for the size it is, if that makes sense, because it's so they've dealt with the kind of energy, the area and the space. They've dealt with it so well that it's all got things going on. So it kind of has this illusion that it's a lot bigger than it is. If that makes sense, because I think it's only 54 centimeters high, which, that's not that much considering how huge the piece is. The base must be like 65 centimeter that way, and depth and width. But again, the piece is phenomenal. The sculpt is amazing. The contrast between the two Titans is really, really good. And then you got the little character on the top, which then adds the scale for how big the Titans actually are. But yeah, that piece. So that's two of them. My next piece, I'm going to have to say Joker. I'm going to go with the Joker Damned. That piece, normally when you get a statue of any kind, and they come with 4 heads, for example, this comes with 4 heads. When you get something that comes with 4 heads, you normally have like, okay, I like that one. That one's okay. Hate that one. Yeah, that was good too. But normally you have like a real standout favorite, and then the other ones are like, yeah, okay, good. So you have like, peaks and troughs. But with this Joker Damned, holy crap! Like all of the heads are good. Like all of the heads are really good. The going into the con from pictures, I loved the one where he has the batarang in his eye. I absolutely loved it. It was just really violent, and just loved that. But looking at it now, I mean, there's the skeleton head, which is awesome, and the laughing head. All of them are really, really good. The piece, people are saying that his poses are all awkward. It's the Joker. When does he doesn't stand normally ever? He always looks awkward, so it fits with the character. Warhawk Legend, chill, man. I'm getting on to that. Yeah, thanks, guys. Yeah, definitely. Like the video if you're listening. Thanks, guys. So where was I? So yeah, the Joker Damned is really good. The Batman is actually really, really nice as well. But if I was to say, like, I'm allowed one of these in my collection, it would easily be the Joker. The Joker really, for me, is the one that takes the prize over the Batman. It's actually the same as the Batman Ninja. Batman Ninja and Batman Joker Ninja. The Joker is much better than the Batman. The Joker, like the details and the Easter eggs on the Joker are so much better. But anyway, that's something else. But then, so that's 3. I'm going to go with the 0 Year Batman. So the 0 Year Batman on the motorbike really, really surprised me. I mean, the sounds like you're having a ball. You're in the candy shop. Oh, 100% Tony, 100%, man. It is. I mean, I love these conventions. I love going to these conventions, and lucky for you guys, we love to share. So, you get to experience the conventions, from our point of view. But yeah, so the next one is the Year 0 Batman. I don't know. Sorry, 0 Year Batman. I don't know anything about the comic. I do remember posters going up for it when it was coming out, but I don't know anything about it. But the thing with Prime One is they don't really do teasers on a lot of things. All of a sudden they're just there, and it's the Batman. He's on a dirt bike. He's in the jungle. He's just got he's a lot leaner as a Batman, a lot leaner version. One of the things that did stand out about the piece, but then after a while you kind of work it out. It's just the shoulder pads are the same shape as his as his delts on his shoulders, so it just looks a bit unusual. But that piece is really impressive, really, really nice piece. He's got like a backpack on. He's got all the armor on the motorbike, where he's got like a bat signal welded to the front of the bike, and it almost looks like it's been made. You see all the scratches, you see all the rivets, you see it where it's been pinned together, and that piece is very impressive. I did measure that one as well. Again, off the top of my head, I can't remember what it was, but there is a video of me measuring that. But yeah, if anyone is interested in that Batman, they're in for a treat, because it's fantastic. Really is fantastic. Then the last one, which probably is my favorite, which I've already said on the chat earlier on, is definitely going to be the Ash. So the Evil Dead 2 Dead by Dawn Ash from Prime 1/3 scale. Yeah, I totally agree, Stephen. The one of the problems with the Batman on the bike is his body is pretty clean. Well, the thing is, he could have got on the dirty bike, but yeah, he could have had a little bit more splatter maybe on the body, I think. But then, sorry, my favorite piece of the convention that stood out for me, and it's just to do with the fact that I'm a huge Evil Dead fan. When I was like younger, I did actually sort of do like film studies and media studies, and I did make kind of short films and things like that. And that was kind of to do with watching Evil Dead and then reading about how they made it, and reading about the way that Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell and Ted Raimi and all these guys, they kind of got together as friends, and they all just like got some money off local businesses to make a film, and it was all like that. But I have like a real passion for the film, but then also I love the ridiculous horror. I love the violence and the gore. But the actual piece for that, when I saw it, I was like a little girl. Like I couldn't stop giggling. I couldn't stop smiling. My cheeks were hurting because I was smiling so much while I was standing next to it. And I love it. I mean, I absolutely love it. The base is huge. The base is like a section of the cabin. You have the trap door with I can't remember the lady's name now. I think it's the same as Batman and Superman's mum, but the actual the base is huge. I did mention that again, but yeah, it's so big, but it looks fantastic. You have the Necronomicon at the front. You have the dagger on the floor and the hand. What John did tell me is the dagger and the hand currently are fixed to the floor, but when it comes out, you're going to be able to pose them wherever you want. So the dagger and the hand are not going to be fixed. And then you actually got the wall. It's got like a window there, and then you have the deer's head on the back. Then going on to the figure, the sculpt on like the boots and things are really great with the leather, and then it's actually mixed media on the suit. So he has like iconic kind of brown trousers and blue shirt covered in blood. He has his chainsaw hand. He has his gun in his hand, and then he has the kind of whips, and he's got the straps for his rifle to go in the back, shotgun. But the thing is the actual face on it. People were complaining on social media. I think it's hard because when you take like a 3D image of someone and then you make it into you have it and then you take it into you make it into a 3D image, and then someone takes a picture, so it's like a 2D image, if that makes sense. And then you kind of look at it. I mean, it's going to look off, and some of the pictures that I saw on Facebook were pretty bad. I mean, some of them are probably mine. Some of the light was really bad, and I think the likeness is there. I don't have an issue with the likeness at all. I know a lot of people had a lot of problems with it, but I just thought that, I thought it looked great. I thought it looked fantastic. I mean, I would love to buy it, and I probably will buy it, but I mean, the highest point is the deer's antler. I'm pretty sure I measured that at 94 centimeters high. That is fucking obscene. So I've got to try and work that out. And then the depth of it is just so deep as well. But I do think that it's something that I need. I have to have it. I mean, Ash is one of my favorite movie characters of all time. So I definitely will be buying it. Okay, thank you, mine. Arietta is the name of the character in the base. Are you going to be pre-ordering Ash? 100%. 100% going to be pre-ordering Ash. Yeah, I mean, I've got to figure out where to put it, and because the thing is about that piece is it's so big, it's going to be costing. I don't even want to think about it. That's got to be like $1,500. You know, it's a massive piece. The base is ludicrous, so I definitely think I'll be buying it. Yeah. Oh, Comic Galaxy. Yeah, we're in the same hotel. They're like one, two, three, about 5 doors that way. So yeah, and actually George's 5 doors that way. Calvin's about 3 or 4 over that way. So yeah, we're all in the same hotel. Yeah, been meeting up a few times. Met up at the con, obviously. Great guys, really good guys. Definitely glad they were here as well. So yeah, don't eat this in the house. So just going through the comments. Yeah, we're all here. I mean, even Caleb is in the same hotel as well. Caleb's in some penthouse suite though. There's like another. We're in this tower. We're in like the I can't remember, like East Wing, and he's in the West Wing, and the like he's on like the 30th floor or something with a view of the city. So yeah, Dave Cassie in the house. Have fun. Tell everyone I said what's up and enjoy yourselves. Yo. How was Harley? Tried to dodge out one. Dave, you just come in a bit late, and yeah, I've just covered Harley. Harley's fantastic. Harley is beautiful. Yeah, this room is actually the funny thing is when we ordered it, we came here. We were meant to me and Rob were meant to actually be sharing a room, or well, we weren't meant. We were meant to be having separate rooms on the first night, and then the same room for the rest of the time. And what happened was they messed it up. So yeah, we ended up getting our separate rooms for the whole time. So yeah, they fucked it up big time. Yeah, Caleb Nefsan is in the same hotel. Michael Myers, Ash is awesome, but the likeness is off. Michael, it's not in person. Honestly, it's not that bad. In person, when you I look at the head really up close, I don't think there's an issue with it. I really think it's to do with the photos and the angles. When I had it in front of me, you know, I didn't have an issue with the likeness at all. Maybe that's because also I've got the Sideshow one, so anything on top of the Sideshow one is a massive improvement. Yeah, the cameras at the con were actually my phone, which we always use, but the did a few little things with lights and stuff like that, so it worked out a lot better. It worked out much better. Dave Cassie, I actually saw your pictures on the groups, and pretty much your top 5 was spot on, absolutely spot on. One of the things I do want to mention as well is it's just a personal preference, really. I mean, the pieces aren't fantastic or anything like that, but the thing is the Shadow of the Colossus stuff. I'm really glad that that's getting some love. I do have a bit of a personal attachment to that. When I was when the game came out, I can't remember how long ago it was. It must have been like 15 years ago, 10 years ago. No, it was quite long. I was with my girlfriend. It must be maybe 15 years ago or so. Jesus Christ, I feel old. But I had surgery on my nose, and they broke my nose, and they cut everything out inside, and I couldn't leave the house for 3 weeks. And during that time, I played 2 games, which kept me going through that kind of time and kept me saying I wasn't allowed to leave the house in case I got an infection. And it was Black, which was like a first-person shooter, which was really good at the time for me. And then the other one was Shadow of the Colossus, which I absolutely loved. Such a beautiful game. I mean, the graphics are fantastic. The artwork is fantastic on it. Again, I did say on the video, but I just think the main character is a bit of a dick, because he is going around killing all these like sort of mythological creature-like things where they're chilling their beans and walking around their own little place, and then he decides to kill them because his girlfriend dies. So he gets told if he kills all these like 13 creatures, he can get his girlfriend back, even though they're not doing anything wrong. I don't think Gio would get those Street Fighter pieces. I think he'll like them. I think he'll love those pieces. But the thing is they're too big. They are so big. Some of the things about, I mean, the Pro One pieces in general, I mean, they're just so undisplayable. I mean, you look at the Transformers, you look at the the Street Fighter pieces, the Tekken pieces are more displayable. Horror pieces are insane. For example, I mean, just go back over some of these really. So the horror pieces, which I did like. I don't have any attachment to none. The face looked great on it, but I have no attachment to it. It just, it just does nothing for me. I haven't seen the movie, so there's also I just don't really know whether you'll have enough of a following to sell. But anyway, the Pennywise, the base on the Pennywise, I absolutely love it. Base on the Pennywise is fucking insane. It's so good. Then you got the Battle Angel Lita. She looked great, but again, I need to watch the movie to see if the movie's any good. You then got all the Bloodborne pieces were fantastic. Shadow of the Colossus pieces. Then you got, if you go around, so I'm trying to do it in my head, I'm trying to do the layout. So you go back around that way. Then you've got the Predator and the Aliens. I still don't like the cracked tusk Predator. It looks good in person, but something about it, maybe it's more just the artwork I don't like. It reminds me of the old video game, the old Alien versus Predator video game. And then you got the other one, which I can't remember his name. You got the one who's like hunched over. Again, I just don't like his posture. It just looks a bit weird. And then you got the other one, which is from the movie. He probably looks the best of the three. His face looks really good. His unmasked head looks really, really nice. It looks quite a lot like the Jungle Hunter. And then you have the City Hunter, which is on the wall. That one was nice, pretty nice as well. Then you have all the Jurassic Park pieces. I mean, the Jurassic Park pieces look fantastic. They were clean. The dinosaurs. They done a fantastic job on them. Again, I have no attachment to dinosaurs really. I mean, I liked dinosaurs when I was like 10 years old, but again, I don't really have an attachment with them anymore, especially like the newer ones from the newer movies. I do, if I had to choose any of them, it would be the older ones, like the old T-Rex. And I still think that the exclusive with the T-Rex is probably one of the best exclusives of all time. I mean, the GOAT is just genius. Absolutely genius. What else is there? So then you go around there. Then you got the DC pieces. So you had the Batman Ninjas. Then you come around. You had Aquaman, the movie one. Again, the likeness was fine, but the Trident was just too much space. So I don't know if they're going to do a switch out for that. But then the base looked better, but something about that clear resin I don't like, with the way the waves are. And the same with the Black Manta. Again, his body looked good, but I'm not so sure about the base. Then you go across, you had all of the movie versions, so the Dark Knight Rises. I wasn't so keen on those for some reason. I didn't like the base. The base that all three of them had was the same, but some of them had like glitter in the snow, some of them didn't. But they're all pretty much exactly the same base, which again, if you're going to have museum pieces, is great to have the same base. But for considering the space, it was pretty damn boring. Wasn't really a fan of that at all. Then you go along, you had the 1/5 scale Batman pieces, which, the two ones where they were crouching, they look Gotham by Gaslight, I think it was. They look great. The bases look great with all the chimney and the wooden panels and the iron railings and stuff like that. But the part around the bottom where the smoke come out, I just don't really like the style of the smoke at all. The best one out of, I think there was 5. There was a red one which I didn't really like, and then there was a Batman which I didn't really like. But then there was it might be Batman Inc. I think it was called. One where he's holding his cape. He's got like the really pronounced logo on his chest. That one was the best by far. That one was really good for the 1/5 line. Then you go round, so you got the the 0 year Batman again, which was really good. You go around. The Harley was really good. Supergirl, she was actually the figure of the Supergirl is actually phenomenal. But the problem was with the Supergirl, I just didn't like the base. Again, it's something about the base I'm just don't really like it. And the seagulls on it just reminded me of Finding Nemo with the seagulls are like mine. So with that, I just something put me off with that one. But the figure and the face is phenomenal. They've captured Archer, down to a T. It is really, really good. The face on that. Then you go across and you have the Injustice pieces. For the Injustice pieces, the Brainiac Injustice piece was, the best of the 4, I think it was. Brainiac was really, really nice. Oh, I skipped one. Sorry. The Super Sons, the 2 kids. Again, I know that's got a lot of following, and that's going to be really, really popular. But again, I've never read the comics, but I can look at the base on it. It was absolutely fantastic. The characters look great. This like cartoony kind of look to them, and I think they look really good. And I do think that they're going to sell really well. They're going to sell like hotcakes. Those ones. You go across Brainiac. Sorry. Yeah, so Brainiac, which actually was Rob, who is not a collector, he basically said that Brainiac was one of his favorite pieces there. He loved the kind of movement of the piece, the flow of the kind of tentacle things. So yeah, he really liked that one. And then you go across, you got and I haven't played Injustice 2, so it looks more futuristic. But then you have the Wonder Woman. She looked pretty damn impressive. On the base, she had like a shield which was like all rusted. It literally looked like a lump of metal that's been left in the garden and it's gone rusty. The paint was really, really good on that. She looked great. Superman was clean, great. I think that's all of them. Have I missed anything? I'm trying to remember. So let me know if I've missed anything there. So yeah, and I've got half an hour to. Hold up. Sorry, I've got half an hour left. All right. So yeah, if there isn't anything I've missed out, again, it was just going to be a quick video, but I rambled on. I think I had too much coffee, and I was just trying to burn it off. But again, I had a really good time with the con. Hopefully, I'm going to put up a few more videos of the kind of Broadway if I can. I did start doing some videos of Akiraba, whatever it was called. I did do the video of the Cobra Kia, but by the time I got to the end of it, I was a bit like, meh, it doesn't look that great because they've emptied it all out. So I'm going to see if I can do anything with the kind of Broadway. I'll see if there's anything around that I can do. But yeah, so I'll leave it there anyway. So, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening to me ramble. I don't have George to keep me on track, so I'm probably going all over the place. Are they live now? I didn't know they're live. Are they live now, Cody? I'll put it on now while I get ready then. But yeah, so that's that really. So I just wanted to do this again. It was just because I had an hour free while I was clearing out my room. Oh, sorry, Tony, I missed that one, didn't I? Sorry, the Attack of the Planets, which I also got told that we're probably a bit too young to remember it because it came out in the 70s. But in the UK, I don't recall Attack on the Planets, but I think it was called. Tony's saying here it was called G-Force, but I don't remember it. But the piece looked phenomenal. The piece looked really, really nice, and the ricochet and bullet parts were done really, really well. The clear resin on that is so clean. It looks fantastic. It looks really, really great. So yeah, definitely, Tony, if you're a fan, you need to get it. Maybe I was too young. I mean, I was born in the 80s, so maybe I was too young to remember. I think He-Man just overshadowed everything at that time. So, all right, guys, do the usual, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you for the support. I probably would have preferred to do this video with Gio, but I didn't get a response, and he's probably probably sleeping at the moment. But you know, we while I was actually, it was actually a fantastic day. I mean, while I was in Japan in the Wonderfest, I got like a message pop up on my phone to say that basically you've reached 10,000 subscribers. So that was a huge achievement for us. So you know, we've got the 10,000 subscribers now. You know, thanks for all of you following us. Thanks for all the support, and yeah, you guys rock. So yeah, thanks guys. Take care of yourselves, and you know, maybe I'll try and do a live chat with George in a week's time if I've got some decent internet connection in one of the hotel rooms or anything. But you know, thanks for watching. Thanks for taking the time out, and yeah, peace.